ads. I think it depends on how long you watch a channel for, or an amount of channels. How long you watch Twitch for. Then I'll let you watch a few ads. Not that I block ads. Yeah, you gotta have ad blocker off. And even then, like, there was an ad for Amazon that was like broken for a couple of weeks. It wouldn't play. But yeah, I always go through, like, on Monday when I'm watching somebody stream in the morning, and I just watch as many ads as I can just to kind of build up my little bank so I can hype some people up when I go into chat. It's a nice little thing. All right, so we are on to connect and engage. Part 3. Twitch is nothing without its community. Here you'll learn how to define and build one to call your own. Get insider tips on how to better understand your audience, network with other streamers, and engage with your fans to keep them coming back. So, getting to know your audience. Twitch isn't just a video service, it's a living, breathing universe of communities, each one with a unique set of values. You establish the ground rules for your individual community, but everyone who visits your channel plays a part in making it feel like home. So as a creator, it's important to help facilitate that sense of familiarity. This is important to me, so let's see what these people have to say. Uh-oh. There's an audio.
Building a community is important because a community, in my eyes, is the group of people that will continuously support you, and they have chosen to actively engage in your community. You have passive viewers that will just watch, and then you have active viewers, community, that will chat, that will interact with you on other social medias, and it's the community that drives your success on Twitch and other platforms.
You want your community to grow and thrive and blossom even when you're not around.
It's why Twitch is special. You know, other sites you can maybe go watch a video, talk in the comments, and then move about your day. But because Twitch is so interactive, you have a chance at something unique and special for your stream or a different stream or a bunch of streamers coming together to do something even bigger.
They're here to interact with each other just as much as they're here to interact with you. That's a fun feeling.
Let's say you show up every day, you're like, oh, hey, what's up, Trevor7252? How are you doing? How's the weather in Montana? And you know that because you've talked to him every day for the past 3 months. You both show up to chat at the same time on Tuesdays or whatever, right? And you get to know each other, and you make lasting friendships with broadcasters, with other chatters that maybe you meet in real life and build forever friendships.
I have met so many amazing people from my community over the years, but I think the craziest story has to be Krim. He started off as a viewer in my chat, eventually became a mod because I saw him as a mod from someone else's channel that I knew, and for the past 3 years, he's been my best friend. Who knew you could find your best friend on Twitch?
That's a good feeling to, like, to see a couple and they're like, we met in Mirror Stream. We started talking and now that's my husband, or we started talking and now that's my girlfriend. Like,
I started playing Counter-Strike with a couple people that I enjoyed playing with, Tim the Tatman and Spoonerism, and one person in the game actually thought that I was another YouTuber that I had never previously met before, Smitty. Smitty ended up being in the chat at the time watching, and we brought him into the game, and we ended up becoming really good friends. So gaming and streaming, bringing friends together.
that is what community is. People building and interacting even outside of you.
I think the best tip I can give for creating a community that works for you is if you see comments in chat that you really like or that make you laugh or that, you know, really resonate with you, interact with those.
There's a lot of things that went into building my community. I came from YouTube first, which meant that I had a strong core audience, and that aside, it was a lot of working to make sure that there's a constant dialogue between yourself and the viewers off stream, making sure that there's always a way to connect with the viewers in stream. I did it for chat! And just overall taking care to represent yourself in a way that you think the community is going to be able to reflect.
If you only interact with people that are saying nice things or that are saying stuff that you want to see more of in chat, and you're interacting with that, they're going to be like, that's how you get her attention.
Of course, there are trade-offs to how you set up your community. If you're a little bit vulgar, you're going to alienate some of the younger and more impressionable viewers and families. And if you're a family-friendly channel, you can't, play Grand Theft Auto or games that wouldn't necessarily fit that mold.
I'm more focused on the be yourself. You are who you are, and with the personality you will have and who you are, you will attract a community that is like you, and your community will grow.
The number one thing that helped me shape my community was having mods, whether it be auto mod or regular mods. Like I set precedents. I was like, this is what I want in my chat. This is what I don't want in my chat. And having your mods follow through on that on your behalf is probably the greatest thing ever. And seeing your community grow into what you're wanting it to be over time is the most rewarding thing ever. So stay strong and build the community that you want for you.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like what they're talking about there is a little bit beyond. Yeah, her lighting is amazing. Huge difference between everybody else there. You had like the crackly green screen and then just like looked like a laptop webcam, and then hers was just like, I want to know. I don't have the space for lighting. I want to get into that in a second, but just kind of going back to what they were talking about. I feel like that's a little bit beyond like the size of personally like of my community, but it does help to know that this is one of those things where like it helps to know about this stuff before your community gets large. Like they were saying, like respond to the, like she was saying, that was a really good point. Like respond to the comments that you want to see more of in chat, and that's why people like, oh, that's how you can get. That's how they know they can get her attention is by chatting in a way that she responds to, right? Like you can't when your stream is small and it's mostly like your friends in chat, like you pretty much reply to every single message. But if you've ever been in a chat of someone who's got 100 or 200 people in there at the same time, it's like it's going so fast that they can only kind of pick and choose what they're going to respond to, and that's again why it's important to have like the right people modding your chat that kind of like get the vibe of kind of what you're trying to do with your channel and what kind of where you want chat to be on a regular basis. So yeah, getting to know your audience I feel like it comes in time. I know my audience pretty well right now because it's a small group of people. But I think over time, as it gets bigger, you get more people that you don't know, or you get like lurkers and stuff like that. It's important to kind of like always kind of be aware of how you want your chat to go, the vibe that you want your channel to have, and that sort of thing. So, hey, Mr. Clean and Solaria, thank you guys for coming by today. T-Bone, thank you as well. Thank you guys for stopping by today. Appreciate it. We're going through Twitch Creator Camp today. We're learning how to connect and engage with our audience. So thank you for being here so that I can connect and engage with you. Appreciate it, guys. We're having a good time going through this stuff. It's been a good conversation. I'm really enjoying kind of having other streamers in here right now to kind of like to help me go through some of this content. So what we're doing here is we're kind of going through the categories that Twitch has listed out in Creator Camp here. And go through the videos and read through some of this stuff. It's good stuff. Some good info in there, some good stuff to think about, and getting some ideas on like what I want to work on next as far as like improving the stream and kind of how I want to interact with people and whatnot. I've already studied all of it, written down my notes, and memorized bullet points. Teacher's pet. Well, I was listening to the podcast today. I posted it on my Twitter. Ashley Christ has a podcast called Stream Coach, I think it's called. And she had Say No to Rage on there today. And they had a long conversation. I think it was over 2 hours, talking about a lot of different stuff. But they were talking about how they should have like a quiz at the end of this thing. YouTube does. YouTube actually has like certificates that you can print out if you go to like YouTube Academy and you go through the whole like curriculum. I think there's like a little quiz at the end, and then you can like print out a little certificate that says like I passed how to upload a video in YouTube. But thank you guys for hanging out today. Appreciate everybody stopping by, and being and just kind of going through this content with me. It's fun. We're all kind of like learning together, and everybody has something to add to this kind of like this mix of information. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by this afternoon. I really appreciate it. When viewers are greeted by familiar names in chat, have their questions answered by you or your moderators, and see others enjoying the stream, it helps build bonds. And remember, chatting isn't for everyone, and that's okay. If someone is just hanging out, don't call them out. They may just like listening, or they're exploring the channel page. That's a good point. I am not a huge fan of people who like immediately call you out as soon as you join a channel. Personal preference kind of feels weird. Feels a little... breaks that barrier, you know? Try and strike a balance between what you're doing on stream and keeping tabs on chat. As more viewers join the channel and chat gets busier, some streamers find it helpful to use third-party add-ons that help highlight the most important chat messages. As a start, why not create chat roles and add them to your settings? First-time chatters will get an introduction to your community and the tone will be set. What about TwitchCon? Terry T, what's up? Let's see. What about TwitchCon 2018? Do you recommend it for new streamers, or is it better waiting to grow a little bit? I live in Europe, and it'll be expensive for me going this year, but could go. I can see enough universe. I had people do that to me and just never went back into the stream again. Yeah. Yeah. So to answer the guy in blue goggles question, I don't know. I've never been to TwitchCon, so this is like just a very brief history of my streaming history. Is I've been streaming on and off for about 3 years, but I haven't really done it seriously since like March. And even then, I don't stream very often. I stream like 3 days a week for a couple hours at a time. So I don't have a huge following. So like going to TwitchCon right now, it might be too big for me. I am an affiliate, but other than that, like it might be. I'm concentrating more on like my local. I want to go to my next local meetup. I'm in Denver, Colorado, and we have a Twitch meetup out here, which I'm lucky enough to have basically in my backyard. So I'm going to start there. I really wanted to try to get to TwitchCon this year just to kind of experience it. I have some friends who are streamers who are going, and I really would love to like meet some of those people. But I think there'll be opportunities for that throughout the year at a PAX or a Comic-Con or something like that. A JomoCon 2018 or 2019. I don't know. Terry T, I think you're planning that one, right? JomoCon. But I don't think that going to the TwitchCon is necessary. I think it's kind of a, if you can, that's amazing. You probably meet a lot of people, but I don't think that would, as if you're just starting off, that's not going to like set you on to this course for giant success on Twitch. I think it's going to be noisy. I think there's going to be a lot of people there. I was most interested in going to check out some of the panels. I love learning about this stuff, and I love listening to podcasts, and to be in a room where people are kind of having a panel on stage, I think would be really cool. So I'm going to try to check out as much as I can, like on Twitch, because they're going to stream it all. So most of the information that I want to get, I will be able to get just here in my office. But someday I'd like to go for sure. So yeah, everyone likes to lurk from time to time. That's kind of how I get a gauge on like whether or not I'm going to chat with somebody. Honestly, like when I go into somebody's chat, when I like, first time jumping into somebody's channel, like I don't just like jump in and say hey right away. Like I think, I don't know if you guys do this as well, but it's I sit there for a minute and kind of listen to like what they're talking about, try to like work my way into like when do I jump into this conversation if chat's already kind of going. So like if you're kind of sitting there waiting to like find the right moment to chat with somebody, and they just are like, hey Stiller Koala, I saw that you just started watching me, it kind of forces you to either like run away or like immediately say something. It's just like we should all have some sort of like like meatloaf or something that we type in. Like it's just like when somebody calls you out, just like some random word. Let's see. JomoCon for life. If you have a community going and there are enough, then TwitchCon would be good. But just going for the sake of going is probably not worth the cash. Yeah, it's not too. Is TwitchCon cost prohibitive? It depends on where you are. So I am. I'm in Colorado, and I could actually. It was tough. I saw tickets went on sale from here to San Jose, where TwitchCon is this year, and I could have gotten there for like $100 round trip, which is like really cheap. But then it's like finding a place to stay, and the tickets are not that expensive. They're like $150, $160, I think, for 3 days. So it's not prohibitively expensive for me. It was just a little bit too expensive for me to like pull the trigger on it. My Streamlabs chatbot actually showed me for the first time everyone who joined my channel. Never hidden a panel that fast before. I freak out if I watch viewers joining and leaving. Oh yeah, no, Callus. I shrink my Streamlabs to the side so I don't see that, and I never look at like that stuff when I'm live at all. Mitt, if you're still here, thanks for coming by, man. Good seeing your name in chat again, bud. Appreciate that. I may actually start using JomoCon UK 2019 on all my tweets. Yeah, we should, man. Let's start it. Devo and I watched you a bunch of sessions before you said anything for sure. Yeah, and that's scream and flee like, he saw me. It's like the cost would be traveling from Europe to USA and so on, just not the ticket. Yeah. I'm surprised they don't have one in the UK, or in Europe somewhere. It might be just as expensive, I don't know, but or have one like on the East Coast. It's probably only a matter of time before they have like an East Coast one and a West Coast one. It'd be easier for probably people in the UK and Europe to travel to New York rather than to California. That's how you get people to, just like, nobody's talking in chat, I'm just going to start shooting plants. Try and strike a balance between, I already did that one. How much you want to share with your community is up to you, and there is no right way to guide conversation between chat and yourself. Keeping a conversation going is a skill many creators work hard to develop. Think of it as a conversation with friends. Talk about current events, a cool podcast you listen to, or debate PUBG versus Fortnite. Man, no politics in my stream, bro. PUBG versus Fortnite, get out. Check out some tips below from streamers on engaging their viewers. So Ann Munition, who is a wonderful streamer, if your chat ever gets slow, pick a universal topic like TV, food, or video games. Try asking, have you seen any good movies lately, and see where it takes you. And that's Say No to Rage was talking about that earlier today in the podcast as well. In the terms of chat going in the wrong direction or getting too off topic, you can kind of just like, you have the power as the streamer to kind of like, people want to respond to you when you're chatting. So, you can kind of turn the conversation back towards like neutral. If things are going in a bad way, if people are bickering in chat or something like that, you can kind of just say like, have you seen any good movies lately? Or, should you, does pineapple belong on pizza? You took the words right out of my mouth, T-Bone. You took the words right out of my mouth. So exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. Always a good conversation redirect right there. And I agree with you. For the record, it does not belong on pizza. Try to have fun and acknowledge as many people as you can. Even a little attention can make a viewer's day. Hexy, that's true. As a viewer, I think that's very true. Try to mention everybody if they take the time to like actually, say hey in chat. Just even if they don't say hey, anything after that, they're like, hey. You got people who come into your chat and are just like, hey, and you're like, hey, hi, thanks for joining, and then they never say anything else. But it doesn't hurt to respond to people. Ask about favorite cheese. That's always interesting. That's a good one. Engagement is the key word. Step 1, care about your chat. Step 2, let your chat know that you care. Don't really know what that means. I mean, we should all be caring. If you're streaming, you should be caring about your chat. I feel like that's kind of like that should be a no-brainer. It's part of the reason why even have it up. I don't know. But this is all good advice. Like, engage with your chat. Let them kind of, steer the direction of the conversation within reason. And, if you are interacting with your chat, and if you are, kind of building those bridges between you and your audience, things will kind of like naturally take shape in your chat, I feel like. All right, next, mix it up. So you found your niche and your community is growing, but what happens when you need a break from what you normally stream? Or what if you need to take a few days off? Continue on for some tips about staying connected with your community when you decide to switch things up or take a break.
Whenever I'm not streaming my normal IRL fitness weightlifting show, I will still try to find ways to engage with my community. And that could be done through new types of content. That can be done through still talking with my community offline and outside of the Twitch world.
Totally
so one of the ways I might do that with the content is I would play a community-based game like Jackbox party games, or show them something new and kind of fun and silly like Just Dance or virtual reality games.
When I am not streaming my usual thing, and Overwatch was kind of a big one for me. I was known for playing really scary games all the time and doing speed runs of Outlast and stuff. And Overwatch was a big test to my channel because it was so different. It was in the competitive world that I'm like not used to. And what I did to get people to like it was bringing my community into the game and having them play with me.
A couple ways that I engage my community when I'm not streaming is one, Discord is a huge part of my community, and we have a sub Discord, so like people could join. There's like different text channels and voice chats and like announcements where I can like update them. And like sometimes we'll have like Discord nights where we'll talk and voice chat together.
But now let's say you want to take a break from streaming, you want to go offline for a little bit. That's okay. One of the better ways to do that is to direct your community to stay in contact with you through social media like Instagram, Twitter, Discord. Have them follow your adventures. They need to feel your presence. They need to feel that you're still around. And a simple way to do that could be just posting a picture here or there.
And then other things that I kind of lean on when I'm not doing like Discord, which is usually the main thing to engage with my community, is Twitter, Instagram, and like Submail. Big thing, like Submail, I try to get, updates across to my subs, which are very important.
There's going to be bursts of sprinting where you have to push and hustle very hard.
You get so cooped up in your room when you're grinding your stream and you want to grow, and sometimes you're doing like, 10 plus hours a day. There's not really any like social interaction outside of streaming, and you do kind of everything like online, like in your own room, like on the computer. So it's a healthy mental and physical balance. So it's really healthy to kind of like, like work your butt off, do what you gotta do, then kind of like make sure you turn off your brain and kind of spend time away from your computer and just kind of like, do things with friends or just kind of do things for yourself and just kind of get out and do something.
Twitch is not my full-time job. My full-time job is I work in the gaming industry as a influencer manager. So I work with other streamers on playing the games that my company publishes. So I have a full-time job, and then I stream right after that. And then of course I have a life outside of that.
There is of course seasons of pushing and seasons of resting. So if you've got to push very hard, and let's be honest, we have to push very hard to grow, that's okay. You're not going to be balanced during those times. However, do plan for seasons of rest, seasons of kind of clearing your plate of IRL responsibilities.
If you have a schedule that changes, I usually let people know, like I'll announce it on my stream first thing, and I'll kind of talk about it throughout the day in random parts of the stream, and then I'll usually like post on Twitter, post on Instagram, Submail, Discord. So I kind of like use like every sort of like social media tool that I have and just kind of update them like to get the word out as much as possible so that hopefully everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier about like when you can't get a schedule down, like when you're I'm still working on it. My schedule changes. I change my schedule every month. Like workout streamers give me nightmares of personal trainers just listening to him. Yeah, he has that voice, man. Come on, push through it. Yeah, so again, like being active on social media, this kind of goes back to the social media aspect as well. about like ways to stay connected to your community. I think most of us in here who are streamers have our own Discords, and that's, I mean, it can get to the point, I think sometimes, which is the problem, where, and it has been for me, where like it's hard to kind of stay up to date with all of that stuff, especially when you've got like a lot of the same people when you're just starting out, a lot of the same people kind of in all those different places. It doesn't make it any less important, but it's something, again, to try to like maybe not take on all of that stuff immediately, but to, you know, try to manage what you can manage and not try to like be like, I'm gonna post content for every single social media site that I'm on and be active in 30 Discords. And there's some people who can pull that off. Like, I'm not one of those people, but you know, only do what you can do, and kind of try to ratchet things up from there. Like after you kind of figured out what's manageable. But I do think that like taking breaks, like I took when I was on vacation, I guess I didn't, you know, maybe I didn't post enough, maybe I didn't post enough about it beforehand. But I took a couple of vacations this year after I started streaming, and you know, when I came back, you know, people would be like, "Where have you been? You know, like what's going on? Where are you? Everything okay?" You know, I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I was in Mexico," or I was like on a road trip, and it's just like I tried to like, because I also kind of don't want to like, you know, I don't want my whole life to be out there for everyone to see, but like I don't want to feel like I have to like share every single moment of what's going on, but I do want to like, you know, share enough that people know that I'm going to be out of town, and share enough people like can see like, oh, he's in this place for this week, and posting often enough that like people know, you know, that I'm on the beach and you're not, bro. You know, like FOMO. So I don't need to know, but it's just like, it's like, oh well, I thought the moral of that story is that I thought that I did a good enough job with that, and I guess I didn't, you know. Don't tell me if you're on the beach. See, now I don't know what to do. There's no magic bullet for any of this stuff, guys. You said you have kids. I'm sure that helps with the work-life balance. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, this is, like, it's weird today because, like, my son starts kindergarten tomorrow, or first grade tomorrow, kindergarten. So he starts tomorrow. My wife's back at work today. She was off last week. She was on vacation. So, like, today I was just like, well, I need to, like, keep my schedule up. He's old enough now that he can kind of, like, hang, you know, and I'm just like, hey, I've got you know, I'm going to be doing some work in my office if you need to come in and come get me, you know, but he's just, like, hanging out doing his thing. So sometimes you can manage it and sometimes you can't, and you know, again, like, schedules change, seasons change, and with him starting school, like, my whole daily routine changes, my weekly routine changes, and that will affect, like, my stream schedule. And being forthcoming with that information with your community will help people know when they're able to find you, you know. The problem with mine is that it changes so often that, like, I can't ask anybody, like, even the regulars probably in my chat, like, what's my stream schedule, without looking. They won't know because I change it too often, and that's just something that I have to kind of deal with and try to keep it as consistent as possible. Clean the boiler room of an Eastern European clothing factory. That's where I am. I'll just get some, like, pictures of, like, dingy furnaces and, you know, post those on, like, doctor them up and post them on Instagram. Many streamers stay connected with viewers through social media, events like TwitchCon, and local meetups. Let me, real quick sidebar here, guys. If you are in, this is a meetup, right? Community Meetups powered by Twitch. So we have, like, an official Twitch meetup in Denver. But if you go to this page, and you can see there are Twitch meetups all over the world. I have not even gone to one yet. Here's my at Twitch Denver. I have not gone to one yet, but I have actually gotten, like, I've connected with people who, like, through their Discord for this group. So even if you can't go to some of these, even if you're, like, you know, say you live, you know, nowhere near Orlando or Jacksonville, you live in Miami, and you can't get to some of these meetups in Florida, like, you can still connect with these groups and, like, find people in the state, you know, like, for example, I'm in Denver. It's kind of central Colorado, and there's two subgroups in that group of, like, northern Colorado and southern Colorado. So people who can't make it to Denver for the meetups still kind of have their own thing in Colorado Springs, which is southern, and Fort Collins, which is in the north. So it doesn't hurt, even if you're not able to go to the meetings, to like connect with these groups and see, you know, if you might have people near you who are doing the same thing, and you know, if you're interested in meeting people in real life, you know, that are also streamers. If nothing official is planned in your neighborhood, try setting something up yourself. Or if you'd rather keep things online, try co-streaming a special event like E3 or the latest Twitch marathon, going IRL, or using an extension to engage in a new way. Co-streaming? What's that? Think of co-streaming as a way to put your unique spin on a broadcast other than your own. This is I'm kind of doing co-stream right now. Co-streaming is enabled for many special events throughout the year for things like conventions, marathons, or award shows. When you co-stream, you're essentially airing that broadcast on your channel with the ability to add your own commentary on top of it. For a deeper dive into co-streaming and how to do it, you can check out this article. This is pretty cool too. Co-streaming I did for E3, and it was really fun. Wrong button. This one? Nope. Co-streaming. So co-streaming is another cool thing. It seems kind of silly a little bit. It's like Mystery Science Theater-ish, but really fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. You have to check, obviously, to make sure that you're able to co-stream somebody else's content. Twitch, it's usually pretty safe to like restream Twitch stuff. So anything that's broadcast by Twitch, it's pretty safe that you can restream it or co-stream it. Need a break? It's okay to take a break. We all need it. It may feel like you'll lose viewers, but we actually see most of those come back. And there are many ways to stay connected with your audience, even when not streaming. Take a day to chill and relax when you need it. It can be stressful to take time off, but realize that if you don't take the time, it will show on your stream. Hexy. That is true. You could have streamed Knight Rider. Maybe you can. Oh my god. So I'm going to let me just finish up this thought real quick, and then I'm going to talk about co-streaming for just a second. Taking time off. Yeah. Definitely people should do it. Like, I know when I look and feel burnt out and I just like call it, you know, just like I'm calling the stream. Sorry guys, like no stream tonight. You don't need to give, just like calling in sick to work, you don't need to give people excuses. You don't need to give people reasons. Like, any regulars you have are going to totally get it. Like, if something, like, if you want to share, if you're having a crap day or whatever, then that's totally cool, but don't feel the need to like, well, I have to like, you know, I have to say something. I have to give them an excuse. It's like, no, you can just say like, guys, sorry, got to cancel the stream tonight. You know, we'll see you next time. Done. Simple. People don't need to know necessarily if you don't want to share with them your reasons for having to cancel the stream. But it's important that you do let people know that it's not going to happen if they're planning on showing up at 8 p.m. You know, for your regularly scheduled Friday stream. If it's not going to happen, like, you know, that's when people can kind of maybe even start prying. Always a good thing to share another streamer to watch in your stead. That's a good idea as well. Like, you know, share the love and say like, hey, I'm not streaming tonight, but you know, I know so-and-so is going to be live, so go check them out. Like, that's why it's good to be in like these communities of other streamers, because there's always somebody to share it with, always somebody who will like love and appreciate like sending your audience over to them. So that's a really good point, Terry, to make. Is that like part of being in the community is sharing your audience with them when you know, when you have to kind of go do something else. So I was going back to the co-streaming thing real quick. I'm thinking of trying to co-stream some like cheesy sci-fi movies that are what do you call them? Not public access, but they don't have any copyright laws on them. I forgot what that's called. So I might be doing that for part of my 24-hour stream, as I like try to stay awake. Is co-stream a couple of like really bad old like sci-fi movies that are Creative Commons, maybe, is that what it's called? I'll have to check, but yeah, it's good. It's a good, like, interesting. It's a creative way to use your stream. I feel like is co-streaming stuff, and it's really fun. It's fun to do stuff live. It's not gaming related sometimes. All right, on to the serious stuff. Moderation and safety. The internet can sometimes feel like the Wild West, but everyone deserves to feel confident that when they stream on Twitch, it will be a positive experience. We take that responsibility seriously. I hope you do. It's part of our mission to ensure that everyone on Twitch feels welcomed and protected. We'll get into the other.
When you first get started on Twitch, it's always nice to have some moderators. And a moderator is someone in your chat who has the power to be able to help keep things safe and clean for other viewers.
I started off coming from YouTube with a small following already, so I immediately found that I needed moderators to help shape the community. I don't really think there's a size of channel that doesn't need at least one moderator, and I believe you should start as you mean to go on. Moderators are one of the best ways to reinforce the values that you want to uphold, and they really help shape your channel.
I used a lot of the Twitch auto mod features. So before my first stream even started, I actually typed in a ton of words that I found offensive and had them banned in the chat. So if anybody did type them, they would not show up. This really helps if you have young viewers or just a channel that you want to keep clean.
As far as when you should start finding moderators, I feel like the second you find people in your community that are that regular in your community and that helpful, because everybody wants to be helpful at some point, and I feel like some people are wanting to be more helpful than others.
I chose my moderators by looking for the most helpful and welcoming members of my community that were in chat the majority of the time that I was live.
Same.
Well, for me, I kind of started right away. I had a friend who helped me moderate the channel as soon as I started, because I didn't want to have to stop my casting in order to moderate the chat. Now, sometimes I still have to. Even now, as a partner streamer, I still have to stop and moderate my chat because sometimes things slip through the cracks. But having someone to help you when you first start is really nice. A friend, a parent, family members.
It's not really a viewer count situation as to when you want to find a moderator. It's when you find somebody that's helpful in your community that wants to be more helpful than they already are. So that you can be at 3 viewers and have a mod. You can be at 2 viewers and have a mod. It's just about having somebody that likes your content that much, that wants to continue to help you grow, that wants to help your community grow. That's when you want to start looking at a moderator.
If you don't find a mod right away in the beginning, it's completely fine. You don't have to. Again, you do have the features on Twitch that help you moderate your channel by yourself. But sometimes you kind of ask yourself, when should I start finding mods? Well, I think the best thing I can tell you is at any point in time when you feel that your chat is moving fast enough that you can't pause what you're doing or AutoMod can't catch it before it gets said, then that is when you should start looking for mods.
Another great feature that you guys are able to use to moderate your channel is bot. So, for example, a lot of people know what Nightbot is, and if you don't, it's a really great tool that allows you to just set some reminders, some rules in the chat, easy things that actually your mods can all post as well. And it doesn't only help you, but it helps your moderators mod as well.
But also using the tools within Twitch, like the follower-only mode, which you can change from 1 second to they have to be following for a month or more before they can talk in your chat. Also, if you become a partnered streamer, having it so you use your partner settings like a sub-only chat.
One of the ways we've always ensured quality moderation is by giving our moderators a private space for them to communicate and work as a team. Applications that are free, like Discord and Slack, are super easy to set up and great for this. We set up our moderation space with different rooms for things like urgent messages, ban appeals, giveaway information, and channel suggestions.
For moderators, they don't read your mind. They don't always know what's going to offend you or what you 100% don't ever want in the stream. So it's really good every couple of months to refresh your moderators, especially when you're bringing in new moderators, on what your rules are, what kind of stream environment you want your chat to have, and just make sure everybody's on the same page.
Cool. That's another thing that I haven't gotten to yet. I mean, I have some mods, but like, I don't think I have a haven't had the mod meeting or anything like that yet. So to make sure your community is safe, Twitch offers a few ways to moderate and safeguard chat messages, including tools like AutoMod and the ability to promote viewers to moderators to help. Excuse me. Moderators can be a powerful force in your community, so choose wisely. Have no tolerance for harassment to foster a welcoming community. When we encounter someone negative, we give a verbal warning. If they continue, we ban them. Totally. That goes for offensive usernames as well. Had somebody, I think that Pearl's not here anymore, but he's one of the people that like I'm going to talk well about him, even though he's not here. Love that guy. He's been a great regular on this channel he's been following for 4 or 5 months now. And I don't know, most of you guys know him either from this chat or from some of the community discords, but I modded him a couple of months ago, I want to say. He's just got the kind of person that you want as a mod. He's here very often. He understands the sense of humor on this channel. He understands the way that conversations kind of go, and that sort of thing. And he's interested in like making this channel better and like learning more about Twitch. So he's a really great member of my community, of our community, and a good moderator as well. He got to swing the ban hammer for the first time a couple of weeks ago. It was good times. No matter how you'd like to safeguard your channel, Twitch has your back. How and if you use these tools is entirely up to you. Try one, try them all, and see what works best for you. Wow, so there's a lot of different stuff here. Email verification. You can choose to require viewers to have a verified email address before they can participate in your chat. AutoMod can automatically apply rules for moderating your chat. You must set the level from 0 to 4. Adjust that setting at any time. Create a custom setting that works for your specific needs. Word filters. You can limit or allow a certain use of words, phrases in chat. 7 chakras with the lurk. Thank you, sir. Welcome and enjoy your lurking. We're going for a little bit longer here. Hopefully we'll be able to get through all this stuff. Moderators are the sword to the automod's shield. Interesting. I would say the hammer. This role, which you can assign to other users, allows them to ban and time out viewers in your chat, keeping your channel safe and friendly as you grow. Moderators are often viewers who have been with creators from the beginning. Timeouts and bans. These commands allow you to temporarily or permanently mute a user in chat. You can apply them at any time through typing commands right in chat or from the user card that opens when clicking a username in chat. Also, if you're on Streamlabs chatbot, those buttons are right next to the person's name in chat. A mace, a flail, a pike. Alright, so modes: sub-only mode, follower-only mode, R9K mode, emote-only mode, and slow mode. Sometimes chat can get a little hectic, especially when a lot of people are actively chatting. If chat is moving faster than your moderators can effectively manage, you can activate chat modes that filter certain users or messages. Interesting. Frying pan. Bong. If someone is harassing you and breaking terms of service and community guidelines, you may block and report them. Blocking someone will stop them from messaging you and prevent you from seeing their messages. Reporting someone will create a report that will be reviewed by Twitch. If someone is a nuisance but not breaking terms of service, feel free to block them. To make sure Twitch's terms of service and community guidelines are followed, our team of trained moderators are on the beat 24/7, 365 to review every report. If you see people violating the guidelines or other bad behavior, please speak out and report it to Twitch so that action can be taken. We're counting on you to help make Twitch as welcoming as possible, so thank you for helping us in ensuring a positive experience for everyone. Headless Cupid, what is going on? What is going on? Look at all those delicious emotes, my friends. How's it going, bud? We're just learning how to be safe on Twitch right now. This article is relatively helpful. I'm just thumbs upping all of these because I'm so happy that Twitch is actually doing this. So that's all good. Twitch is pretty good, I think, for the most part, with following up on some of those. I've had to ban a few people, maybe, in my time on Twitch, like 3 or 4 people. Just for, your typical, like, crap. Probably not even real people, just trying to get a rise. So it's best to not even, like, acknowledge those people and just slowly and silently hit the mute button, or the ban button. And just, go about your day. Doing good, man. Doing good. I'm trying to wrap this up here. I'm learning myself here. That's like one of those things. It's like going to school. It's more fun goofing off with friends in class than studying alone in my room. So I figured, why not stream it? It's good. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I am going to be, just so that you guys are aware, !learn. I'm going to be posting VODs of this stuff on my YouTube channel. Yeah, don't say anything, just ban, you know? Occasionally, again, like that podcast I was listening to today, they were talking about dealing with trolls for a little while, and like Say No to Rage said something funny and probably rather true, in that occasionally those trolls can be a source of entertainment. You know, you can't take on, when you're somebody that size who's getting 500 people watching a stream every day, at least. You know, you can't deal with every troll. You can't have your mods deal with every troll. But occasionally you can engage them and maybe create some good content with it if you can really kind of smack them down. So that's what they want. Sometimes that's what they want. Sometimes you can tell if somebody's kind of like sparring with you a little bit. But for the most part, if it's like a username that's like offensive, or if somebody comes in and just like posts something threatening, it's like, nope, gone, bye, reported, blocked. Have a nice life. On to the next stream, please. Some are just playing, others are just toxic. Yeah, exactly. But even then, you can sometimes turn the toxic ones into a viral moment. All right, say hi to the neighbors. I think we're all good at this. I don't even know what this section's about, but I'm pretty sure that everyone that's in here and that's active right now is good at saying hi to the neighbors. That's why you guys are all here. Networking with other creators on Twitch is a great way to grow your community. From genuine connections with your fellow streamers, form genuine connections with your fellow streamers and introduce your viewers to some of your favorite content on Twitch. Your streamer colleagues are looking to grow their communities too, so even a little effort can go a long way. We've even built a few tools to help you branch out. I'm getting cotton mouth. Pardon me. I'm going to chug some water while we're watching this video.
Collaborating with others is one of the biggest reasons for my growth as a content creator. As a streamer, exposure is key, and collabing with other people in the same industry as you is one of the easiest and best ways to get that exposure. And as good as it is for your brand, it's also just a lot of fun to play with other people. I mean, really, who doesn't like playing video games with their friends?
For me, I think on my channel specifically, collaborating with other content creators is pretty much the whole thing. It's the whole shtick. It's super important for everything that I do, from my shows and bringing on other people to having them on things like roleplay and simply just playing video games with them. One of the best parts about playing video games is playing them with your friends. And if you can kind of create that environment on your own stream, other people will be kind of drawn to that and really want to participate in everything that's going on, especially if it's a constant reoccurrence.
Don't proclaim yourself a streamer in someone else's channel. When you go into someone else's channel for the first time, second time, third time, it should be about that streamer. It should be about their community. He's working, she's working, they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. Don't try to steal the show by proclaiming that you're also a streamer.
You want to try to get people around the same size as you. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, you don't want to alienate anyone. You don't want to have to worry about, oh, did I say the wrong thing? Or, oh, do you think his audience is going to be upset? When you work with people around the same size as you can kind of work together in that regard.
Raids and hosts are easily the most effective way of getting your name out there. But maybe you're not quite sure who you should raid and host. It doesn't necessarily matter on who you raid as long as you mix it up a bit. It can be a teammate from one of your Twitch teams. It can be somebody that you did collaboration with. It could be somebody that maybe you're trying to collaborate yourself with and you want to introduce yourself to them. It could also be somebody who you've never even heard of and they have one viewer and you just want to pay it forward, as it were.
I personally found people to collab with mostly through social media or meeting people at conventions and just networking and making friends with others that are in the same industry and scene as you. It's so helpful. And once you feel like you guys know each other pretty well, just reach out and ask to play games off stream sometime. And if you guys feel like you mesh pretty well, then that's when you ask to maybe collab on stream together.
So now I bet you're wondering how exactly you introduce yourself to this person. Raid them. Have a good stream enjoy their channel, become a part of their community after a good amount of time has passed and you've enjoyed their shenanigans, throw them a raid. Introduce your community to them. Take the first step.
I think raiding and hosting is super important on Twitch, but you have to do it right. One of the wrong things, I think, is when you're a smaller creator, let's say 10 to 100 views, and you host someone after, let's say, who averages 1,000 or even 10,000 viewers. That host is probably going to be lost, and it's not going to be very meaningful. They won't even probably say anything because it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you go and host someone who's around the same size as you, that's a lot of potential viewers. That's potentially double their audience. They're going to be super grateful. Maybe you're going to be able to work out a friendship there. Maybe they'll even have someone that you can collaborate in the future with.
When someone raids or hosts my channel, I always make sure to thank them, to welcome their viewers.
Day 9 TV just hosted with 4,000 viewers. Oh my! Hi, Day 9. How are you? Oh my God.
Maybe talk about how
Imagine
you met
that.
that person who hosted you, or something that you guys have in
4,000
common.
view host.
Really do anything to give people a quick reason why they should watch you, or why you relate to the person that they were just watching. That way you make the transition between the two streams seamless and enjoyable for the person watching.
When someone's raiding your channel, there's really a couple ways you can respond. One way to respond is to just completely freak out. And please do so if it's a huge raid. I think that's one of the reasons why people raid in the first place.
Good evening, everybody, from the Fish Soup Raid, and welcome to No Dice TV.
But sometimes, you get raided, you're not in the best of moods. You got to be mindful that people are seeing you for the first time, potentially. And first impressions on Twitch are pretty big.
Raids and hosts are fantastic. We're all in this together. I can't recommend that enough.
Agreed on all that stuff as well. Yeah, I saw a clip, and this was the first time it really ever kind of like clicked with me of let's see, clips, see all popular clips. It was a clip of somebody else's channel. How do I view that? Manage my clips. Yeah. All right. So it was of Clintus. There it is. I bookmarked this one because I thought it was a really great reaction to being rated. And so Clintus, if you don't know, is a Destiny streamer. He's a dad too, so I kind of have another, he's an old man like me, another kind of kindred spirit. But he got raided by another Destiny streamer, and I really liked his reaction to it. And so I kind of I'm going to play this clip real quick so you guys can see kind of like how I want to, I don't have my little like shtick down yet, but I try to come as close as I can to how Clintus handled this raid.
Bungee Summit. Chill, dude. Dude, thank you so much. That's super nice. We were just getting our party started over here. We're switching over Destiny right now with Reset. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Welcome Raiders. I'm glad our game is back. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. What's up, guys? My name's Clintus. I stream Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I play a lot of first-person shooters like Destiny 2, Escape from Tarkov, Rainbow Six Siege, PUBG, first person. So welcome, guys. Welcome. I appreciate it. We're just getting our party started. I did a Loot Crate, Loot Gaming unboxing. That's how we started our day. Check out this dope shirt I got. This is old, so you may have already seen it. If you do Loot Crate, you already know. But check it out, dude. It's Link built out of old school NES like map. It's the actual map. It's really super cool.
So pretty cool, right? Like that's he both kind of like had a little minor freak out. He got 100 viewers, from the raid. He introduced himself. He gave his schedule. He said like types of games he likes to play, and he kind of said like what you've missed since I started streaming. I was like, man, he did all of that in like 30 seconds. It was great. It took him the time, and it seemed super natural. And that's the point I'm trying to get to, is where it seems natural. Because I'm just like, oh god, like people are watching me, like hi everyone that's joining, I am really not this awkward all the time. But I think all that comes with time. So hey, Ready Aim's Fire, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I would have been screaming, yeah. That basically like doubled his view count too. I think he was at like 100 something at the time, maybe even below 100. So I mean, he streams every day and he's a vlogger and he's, you know, kind of used to having eyes on him, but still, I just liked I liked the way that he kind of had all that ready to go. Like, hey, wow, that's awesome, thanks for the raid, like welcome everybody from that channel. And I'm trying to do that now when people raid me. I'm trying to welcome the other communities in, and also thank the streamer who was kind enough to kind of like bring their community over to my channel. So you know, like they were saying, like I think there is a space between like being super mega hyped and being like not acknowledging the raid at all, and kind of just being like thankful and acknowledging it, and you know, really kind of like being grateful for the fact that like another streamer decided to like, you know, bring their channel over to your channel and share, you know, your channel with their viewers, as it were. So how's it going? It's going pretty well. We are going through Twitch creator camp today. I'm trying to enunciate as best as I can right now, but we're going well. He kept calm. It would have been hyped. Yeah, totally. I just like the and I mean, I think like early on, like when I got my first, like Jomo rated me early on, and I got like, it was like, you know, I think I was at 5 viewers, and then like after he rated me, it was up to like, you know, 40 or something like that. And I had just started streaming. I had no idea what to do. I'd never had that many people, so it's cool. It's like you never know, you know, what kind of the number really kind of dictates like how hype you get. I know, which is kind of like, you know, if it's like someone's rating you with like 2 streamers, obviously you're gonna have a different reaction if someone's rating you with 200 streamers or 200 viewers. I'm sorry. So, but it is good to like acknowledge that stuff and say thank you for people to. For people, you know, taking the time to choose your stream out of the list of people that they could possibly raid. So here are a few ways you can build bridges to other communities on Twitch. All of these are proven to help you grow your community in one way or another. Raids are a way to send your viewers to another live channel at the end of your stream to introduce your audience to a new channel. We are going to do that about 20 minutes while having a little fun along the way. Before you stop streaming, try the /raid command and share a fun message you want your viewers to send in the new channel. We recommend raiding someone you enjoy watching and who has similar viewership numbers. It's one of the most effective ways to keep your audience growing and engaged, so try it on your next stream. Someone just might raid you back. Also, there is an achievement. Let's see, where are those achievements? There's an achievement in here, if you care about those sort of things, about raiding with more than 2 people, with 2 or more. So as long as you have 2 viewers, like Twitch counts it towards this. So even if you're only like, oh, I'm just gonna host instead, and I know some people like don't want to raid unless it's like they have X amount, and I'm sort of the same way sometimes too. But just know that it goes towards the count. I have raided 47 times. Wow, with 2 or more raiders. Thanks, guys. Thanks for allowing me to do that. Let's see. What other information do we have on rating here? Not going to see who recently raided me. Manage incoming raids. Shut down a raid with follower only. Report a ban rating channel. All right, that's all. Haven't had any bad rating experiences yet, but there is helpfulness here. If I know that a few people have had some bad raid experiences where you get like basically a troll army coming in and raiding your channel. So if that happens, there is help on Twitch here for doing that. So hosting and auto hosting. This one is exactly what it sounds like. Host another channel on your page when you're not live. Your chat remains your own and lets your viewers check out content you like while you're offline. We've seen that channels who hosted others were more likely to be hosted themselves, helping more viewers get to know you and your channel. While it's always good to have channels in your auto host list, it is more effective and fun to end your stream with a raid. You can even set up an auto host list so you don't have to manually host a channel every time you want to. This is good. And also, I kind of, as a if you don't want to, this kind of goes back to co-streaming as well. So, for example, like me and a bunch of my like online friends are like big into Destiny, and I will host Bungie's live stream. This is just another good idea for like content and growing your community. It doesn't count for viewers, but it counts as like connecting with your community. I'll host Bungie's live stream, and then in the Discord be like, hey guys, like come on over to my, if you don't want to deal with like Bungie's chat that's going like a million miles an hour, come over to my channel. I'm hosting Bungie's show here. I'm not live, but it's just, just the video, and we can all chat, like have our own little private chat room live there. We don't have to bounce back and forth between Twitch or YouTube and Discord. And it works really well. Like we can use our emotes in there, and we can kind of like, do all that stuff. So that's another good use for hosting as well. My auto hosting list, I don't really curate that too much. It's not super long. I don't really, I've been trying to keep it to people who aren't affiliated yet, that are part of TSS and that sort of thing. So that's kind of how I curate my auto host list. At one point it was humongous and it was out of control, and then I would go to my channel and just like, why am I hosting this? Like, I don't even like, I'm not really even enjoying this content. So I went back and kind of pared it way down, and now it's like pretty skinny. So other devs let their communities restream the dev streams with their own community. Yeah, and I know Bungie actually lets you do that too, I think, for the most part, but I usually do that because like I'm working at that time. So like if I can't co-stream it, if I can't be on camera co-streaming it, I'll at least host it on my channel, so that we can at least have a place to watch it and chat, rather than like, even if I'm not like live reacting to it on camera. TwitchCon and other related events are a great way to meet other creators and connect off stream. It's Hafu says it has to be genuine. If you like someone's content, try to make a connection. It's the best way to grow. And Bajira says making friends is worthwhile, so don't hesitate to reach out to other streamers in your community who share similar interests to you. Not only can you meet new buddies to game, stream, and cross-promote with, but a lot of times dual streams make for great content. Yes, and if you guys know Solaria and Spamdolf, who are regulars in this chat and a bunch of other places, they co-stream a lot, and they do an amazing job with those co-streams. Those guys are set the bar real high for people who stream together, who both run their own live streams. They promote each other really well with their multi-streams. They have really good rapport with each other. They're just a good team. They're a good stream team there, those two, and they don't even have to stream the same things. Like their content, their channels are interactive and entertaining enough that they've kind of just like they can play different types of content and still kind of keep the same people coming back. People want to see them play different games. So it's good. They've got a good thing going there. And if you guys have not checked out Solaria and Spamdolf, I recommend you do so. I mean, you can always put priority in your auto host list so that those pushing towards affiliate can have priority. Yeah, that's true. It's just that sometimes, like, if I had like, because it doesn't just like if I have the priority, it won't like. If you go live and I have you above somebody who's already streaming, they'll just kind of keep that person on. So I wanted to make sure that the people who are on my auto host list actually like got, like when they went live, like, got priority. So that's kind of why I pared it down a little bit. But I should probably make better use of that, or at least always keep checking it, maybe like once a month. All right, so that's the end of section 3, connect and engage. Some good stuff in there, guys. Some really good stuff. Let me see how much we have in get rewarded. I'm going to be able to make it through that before I need to get going. So I might call the stream here. And we'll come back to this maybe on Friday and go through that. Yeah, so I do want to... let me look for somebody to raid in the meantime. I do want to thank you guys for checking out the stream today. Oh, I probably shouldn't be like going through all my notifications while we're live here. Thank you guys for coming out and sticking with me through another IRL stream. I'm having a really good time going through the creator camp, and I love like learning and doing some stuff like this. So I'm gonna try to make this a monthly occurrence, at least once a month. Have like one IRL stream a month where we kind of like learn something. Yeah, definitely. If anybody has stuff they want to know more about, if they want to see me struggle through things, I think we were talking a little bit earlier about extensions and people not really knowing like which ones to use, and I don't see a lot of people making use of extensions too much in their streams, so we might have one where we just kind of like go through a bunch of extensions and see what they do on the stream. So it would require some viewers to kind of like tell us what's changing and if anything's good or bad, but yeah, so you know, definitely like let me know either if you guys are members of my Discord or the TSS Discord, what kind of stuff you'd be interested in watching me fumble through. And otherwise, I've got a big long list of things to like learn about. So I think what we'll do is we'll end the stream right here. We'll come back and finish this up. We'll finish it up on Friday afternoon at about 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And we're going to go through the last part of Creator Camp, which is Get Rewarded. So we'll go through that stuff at that time on Friday. But for now, we are going to go raid, technically, Dustin. He was in here before. Let me make sure he's still live. Fellow, yeah, he's streaming now. Fellow Coloradan, I just found out about. Fellow TSS streamer. Guys, if you're not following technically Dustin, we're gonna send everybody over there. He's playing Mario Kart 8. He's another like space aficionado too, so I think like it's a pretty natural progression going from the mothership to technically Dustin's space. He calls his the space station. So we're going from the mothership to the space station. Thank you guys so much again. Like, let me just put in one more time. I'm going to be posting the VODs on my YouTube here. I'm going to break them out into the different sections. So feel free to check that stuff out there if you missed anything or if you want to go back and rewatch some of this stuff. But until then, I'm going to send us over to technically Dustin, guys. Thank you guys so much again for hanging out, and we will see you on Wednesday.